Okay, we have a game. Get in there, son. Now, am I going to play very dodgily in the first game? I hope not. We're going to wheel out a Dutch. Now, I don't mind this variation. I had this against 2700 player, David Howler, who I'm sure most of you know, the Howster. The Howler! And I'm just trying to remember. This is normally the idea in the Dutch. I think I'm going to get this move in. And if you've watched me play before, I'm very happy. This is generally not a great move. I'm going to put my knight here because I might want to try to get around to this square. And I'm very happy when white closes it down because these pawns become very strong. Now I could push on, or I could bring the queen around this way in typical Dutch style. Now he's probably going to try to move his knight in here. Now if I push on, captures, let's push on. This is my normal response because you get a very dynamic position and chances to attack the king. This bishop flies out later on with a smile on its face. By the way, if anyone is subbing and all that stuff, thank you very much. Now I could go all in with the queen swing, but I'm going to try and develop my pieces first, and I wanted my knight to try and come to this square. Now he has already got quite a lot playing the queen side, so he's done a good job here at getting play. And if I move my knight here, b4, but then I come into this square, and what is that position like? So already, I don't know, I'd love to play this idea, but I'm worried about knight c4 there. A little bit worried about that one. Because he does have this good play. Do I play this? But then he goes here. I'm not sure I want to be playing on that area of the board. I'm just going to play this move. Playing a little bit cautiously here. Not normally the way I would play. And the reason I've played this, I want to go knight here, and if b4, I was thinking a knight there, but then rook b1, I was worried about getting my knight trap. Now I'm very happy to see that because now my knight comes in, and it comes in with the idea of forking on that square, forking hell. So I was worried about this last move, but now I come in and I'm forking. So I want to play a5 next and stabilize that knight. A bit of Somerset talk for you there, boys. And then I can improve on the king side. I guess his idea is to capture and then go e5. Not sure how that will turn out, but let's stabilize that knight there. And I don't know why I'm speaking like a Somersetian. Am I? Is this a good Somerset accent? No, it sounds like I've got a lisp, doesn't it? Which, you know, don't get me doing accents. Jerry will just... My Irish accent is the best. Isn't that right, Jerry? Isn't that right, Jerry? Isn't that right, my friend? Everyone loves a bit of ginger Irish. What am I talking about today? Hello to Jess Fox as well. Good to see you, my friend. Now I could try taking over this side of the board as well. Why the hell not? Hey, oh, is he gonna? He's gonna try. I'm going to take here because I'm a bit worried about this idea. And okay, I've just seen his idea. He might be able to take here and take there. Could he have done that before? Jess, I was going to ask you as well. Would you be alright, Jess, if I put your song? If anyone's wondering what the song at the start of the show is, Jess Fox, brilliant musician, did that song. And it's a really cool song, and I wanted to put it on the YouTube channel as a video, and I will link it to your YouTube channel, Jess. But I thought I'd better ask you first, just say okay, if it's okay. Now I'm trying to take control of every area of the board here, and this move is where I'm at with my knight coming in, and I'm trying to get my knight diving into this square, which he is asking for. So tally ho, old boy. In we go. It is the Weasel Poop song. Tally-ho, old boy. Off to the races we go. Off to the races we go. Okay. Well, I'm not actually threatening that one, am I? But do I have some mental tactics? Knight here takes... Oh, I can't resist, even if it's a bad move. I've got to just play some crazy. Why do I play so crazy when I could just be a normal human being? Why do I have to play such random shit? If he takes here, I take there. If he takes here, I take there. If he takes here... Okay, now what was I going to do against that one? I was going to take something, wasn't I? I think I was going to take this geezer here. Let's do that, shall we? And... tally ho, old boy. And shall we just get very greedy and grab another one? Okay. Now this is where you... One thing I've noticed is in these situations where everything's going quite swimmingly, this is where you often have to be on your biggest guard. Now I don't need to do anything too proactive because I'm material up. So because your opponent's going to try everything, even rather desperate moves, when his back is against the wall. Now I don't want him taking that and getting his bishop to this square. So you've got to be most on your guard when things are going well for you, I feel. And that's why I'm just being a little bit cautious here, because things certainly seem to be going well. And I'm very bad when I'm short of time. So I'm just concentrating on getting rid of that one. It annoys me as much as I can. Still a bit complex, this position, you know. Trying to exchange off these guys to take out any danger in the position. And now the queen and knight should coordinate fantastically together, and they do. Good. Whew. Good stuff. Okay, so, well, I don't know, it was an alright game. An alright game. Hello, Zuri Hayat. Glad you can join us again, and to everyone else who's come along. Nice to start with a win. Last time I did Title Tuesday, I think I started with half out of 3. And I think after that game, I deserve a sip of the fine stuff. And when you drink nice whiskey, you don't drink it like this. You have to put the finger out while you drink it. Because it's just like, oh, that feels good. That's a warmer. That's a warmer, that is. That is a warmer. Now, another mistake I've done. By the way, thank you for the cheers, Hardcastle, Chess Chef. I was trying to keep control of that game. It's obviously going to get a lot harder. I could have gone all in with a kingside attack, but I think I was quite mature in that game. Something I've often failed to be. Mature. And, well, we could analyse... I'm just going to... Okay, but one thing I've got to be very careful. I've done this before, where you analyse the game and the next game starts and you're like, yeah, I am pretty dumb, makes you blush. It does make you blush, but I'm very light-skinned and I do go red very often anyway. Now my opponent was doing quite well there. He was winning at one moment. Oh dear, well, let's have a quick look. Now if the next game starts, shout. Oh dear, so I thought it was quite a smooth game as well, but then the bastard of a computer basically tells you you're an absolute idiot. Bishop d7, bad move. Oh, come off it. Make sure the game hasn't started. Really? So it thinks this and e5 is winning. I don't believe that somehow. Let's see. Really? I'm not sure. This one was dodgy because I did realise he had knight e5. So, okay. A couple of shady moments there. Now, I think, what did I do wrong? Maybe this c5, maybe I should not play this move. Okay, it doesn't mind that move. This is all okay. It wants me to go backwards. All right, I have to be a little bit more careful in those positions. The tactic I missed, actually, was knight takes e5. And I'm not going to get away with playing a move like this against a stronger player. So I'm going to have to be very careful. I don't know if my position is completely lost here, is it? What if I take there? It doesn't look that bad to me. And now it says it's only a small advantage to white. I don't think the computer has a clue. So I think I was always okay-ish. But I'm going to have to watch out for that position. I get very optimistic when I get my thing in, but as soon as the C file opens, it can go very bad. But okay, the good thing about that game was as soon as I got an advantage, we didn't let it slip too much, which is key when you're playing blitz, and it's very easy to let the advantage slip. So who's next on our hit list? I get too optimistic when I get my thing in. I hope you're talking about chess. And I've just read your username. I'm now a little bit concerned what you're talking about. Competitive muff diver. That's not what I said. It's just the name of the Twitch channel. Okay, let's continue with the next one. We're playing. I hate youngsters. No, I don't mind. We're playing a young chap from Belarus. Is that? Didn't think there was anyone left in Belarus anymore. And he's 2867. And we got black again. What is this? What is this? Can't you give me the white pieces? At some point in my existence, please? So we're gonna... That's weird to get 2 blacks at the start of a tournament, isn't it? As soon as you move away from chess.com to another company. I'm joking, I love chess.com really. And we're going to play this, and there is one line in this which I have to be very accurate in, and it's not this move. This move I'm okay with because we get our move in again. Now this could still be quite interesting if he takes, swap queens, swaps on c6 and goes knight d3. So have I actually... Maybe I should take with a knight here. And he's pushing my king away, and he's going to take this knight. Maybe I've played this a little bit wrong, which is a bit unlike me, because after he swaps queens and gets a knight here, he comes in here, and I know this. So why am I playing straight into this? I played this a little bit too quickly, and as soon as you play it, you realise that, hang on a minute, this is not what I do, because it's not very good. Okay, so I've got to be careful. I know this ending is a bit tricky for me. So bishop takes, everything comes off knight d3 is a problem. I take with a pawn, everything comes off knight d3. Rook e8, the knight sinks itself here, and he's got f4 as well. Knight d3 here, f4 here, takes... Okay, I think I'm going to have to play this one. And I'm not particularly happy the way I've done this. And this is the problem. When you're playing, it's a bit tricky with black. You've got to be on your guard against well-prepared players. And the only thing I've calculated is that... Okay, now he's threatening to take here because I've got problems with my back rank. But can I play this move? He takes here. This is what I was hoping to play. Why can't I do that? What am I missing? The knight moves into e5, might be forced. Okay, but I think we should play this anyway. His knight can come here now because of my back rank. Otherwise he might be losing tactically. And the problem you get in these positions is this smelly bishop. So the knight comes here. And how am I going to play that position? Bishop here and using the A pawn is the typical idea. If he takes on f6, I take on d3. And I think I'm doing well there. So this is forced. So I have to now play this because there's nothing I can do there because of this checkmate. Could I have played h6? Well, he had a check minimum taking my bishop. And this is a simple plan. And one thing you want to do in blitz, if you're slow like me, you don't want to get carried away with too many complex ideas. Now I think he should go f4 here. Okay, so he's doubling up. But maybe also threatening to take this one. Now, do I take the knight off, and then it will be a lot calmer game. Otherwise, I'm going to maybe lose this pawn, which you know, you don't really want to do. I take the knight, go rook here, and then I have to sit. Has he got any way in? I think I have to go for this one, personally. Of course, I'm not a massive fan of this, but I'm covering, at the moment, everything. I want to bring my king in, get my pawn off the dart square. But this is a little bit worse for me, because I'm very much tied down here. Did I have this move, last move? I don't want to play that move until I've got my king out of any possible problems. This is certainly the correct way to play this move here. Should have maybe played g5. Okay, but we got to take. And now we have this issue, which I did foresee, about how do we place our pieces. Now, if you think about what actual moves I have to play, my choice is a little bit slim. So this is why this ending is tough. I have to kind of sit and wait, and I don't. That's not a strategy I very much enjoy doing. Does anyone? And I've got to be careful opening up more lines as well. So my opponent is also doing sit and wait. Now I don't really want to commit to that. This one is a bit committal as well, putting my pawn on that square. Okay. But I can't diver and daver. I'm diver and davering too much. Now, this is indeed an annoying move because he's trying to come in on the H file. This is going to be very tough to hold, I feel, this position. Especially with my time ticking. So I'm going to shut up and just try to do my best here. We'll have to look at this afterwards. He's played very well in this game. But I'm lacking a lot of counterplay here. I'm thinking this is risky. This is where we have to kind of sit and wait. Could I have played this one? No, this allows him to come in. Which I didn't necessarily want. Not like this, Simon. Not like this. Ooh dear, core blimey. Unpleasant is the right word for this position. Unbloody pleasant. I'm dropping pawns all over the landscape here. That is the end. Okay, well that was tough, that game. That wasn't very enjoyable. Oh, I should resign. Well played to my opponent. And that was okay. I want to look at that because I suddenly realised this shows you that when you're playing at this level, you play one slightly bad move, and it can go very wrong. And I feel in the opening, I played this slightly bad move, and I missed some chances there as well. There was certainly some chances, but they were missed. So just okay. So here you see I had a chance to win at one point, But it was very difficult after that. It's a very difficult ending, and to try to hold on, but it's not easy doing nothing, you know? It's not easy doing nothing. So I'm just changing setting here. Just because I prefer it this way. Okay, so let's have a look. So make sure a game doesn't start. I don't do that one. Okay, so the first thing I think was key was that around here, knight to e1 was played. Now, maybe I should just take this pawn. So I didn't even consider this one. Just grab a pawn. Grab a pawn. And the ending was very tricky. As you can see, the computer evaluation, and I know this ending is tricky, and I really around here need to play a better move. So this was a blunder, and why did I... Okay, it's not a brilliant move from me, but why I played this very quickly, and I think I already in a little bit of defensive frame of mood, which is really, I was in a negative frame of mood, and I should, of course, if I was playing this position normally, I should just be thinking, can't I just win the piece? For goodness sake, just play. I was looking at h6, it only occurred to me earlier, but what if I just go king g8? It's a very easy move to play. So it kind of shows you that, you know, mentality is very important. And had I just played king g8, I'm now threatening to win this piece. So why did I play this very defensive bishop e6? Very negative move. And after this one, well, he has to play here, but you just take on pass on, and I'm going to win a piece, win the game. Should win the game here pretty easily. So this now leads me to a very tricky position where I don't have any counterplay, and I've just got to sit and wait. And you can see even the computer's a bit off the charts today. I don't believe that. Okay, I've got another game. And I've wasted loads of time. This always bloody happens to me. We got another game. We are playing a Russian player, but I learned there you've got to be a little bit more optimistic. Okay, so we're going to have to get a run of wins now. Let's try to win the next 3. I'm going to play this very sharp gambit, which I'm not sure about the theory on. This is a Marshall Gambit, and I don't know the theory so well, but you rely on this bishop giving you lots of counterplay. Now, is it castling, or do I I've got lots of options. Queen coming in, bishop even coming here is not stupid. Castles and use the bishops. Okay, I know my opponent's going to castle after this move, but I've got quite harmonious position, it seems, with my bishops pointing over at her king as well. So we will harass her pieces and try to bring everything within sight of the king. So I moved the rook here because I want to get the rook over and target that king side. And yes, I'm a pawn down, but my opponent's piece is a little bit discombobulated. I got it in, and I don't even know what focus mode is, Captain Bunratty. So the answer is no. I don't know what that means. And this already seems a little bit tricky for my opponent, because my rook's coming here. And where does she put her queen? I don't see how she's going to save her queen. She has to play f5. So let's get this right. Now, knight here, rook here, knight f5. Rook here, knight f... This is quite complex, isn't it? So it should be a good move here. Knight h4, queen h6, bishop d2, queen f6. I can't see the move there. It must be a rook move, surely. I mean, I could just move the queen and say, okay, let's go. Maybe that is actually not a stupid move to play. But then knight here, and she hits my bishop. So moving the rook feels correct. Where to? Here, the knight comes here, g4. I'm spending far too much time on this position, aren't I? I'm going to go here. I don't know. Okay, I'm going to go here and just play here. Keep it a little bit more simpler. There might have been a win there, but I was not capable of working it out. This seems to keep compensation and keep the pressure up. So having a bit more time on the clock there, but it is blitz, so not possible. Okay, so this way I still keep the compensation, definitely. And we're just going to get the rook around somewhere a bit safer, because I've got this lovely knight here. And my, oh no, don't start pre-moving. And all my pieces seem to be working quite well, right? I just get this other one in. This is quite a wild move. She's trying to take advantage of the situation of my knight. But should you really be playing moves like this when I have bishops lined up at your king and your development is really bad? So now must be the time to meet her aggressive move or aggressive move myself. Okay. Now again, it strikes me there must be a good move here, but I can't find it. So I'm just going to go here, and I want to take and maybe play some f4 or something like this. If she comes here, I'll slip back, and I'm hoping that now we're opening things up the right way. So I'm just going to now play a couple of quick moves, get the last piece in, and I want to put the bishop on b1 because I want to get the queen to c2 and try to take over that file a bit more, I think. So let's just do it. Let's put the bishop there. But I'm not coming in on these squares, my queen, so she has got a defensive setup at the moment. Where is my knight actually going to go? Can't see a good square for my knight. This diagonals though, they must be good surely, but this rook's a little bit funny, so don't get too optimistic. This one's coming in now. There must be a good knight jump and then followed by this. So where does my knight want to go depending on what she plays? Maybe knight g6. Now, what did she play there? Really? Can't I take here? What am I missing? What am I missing? I don't see what I was missing there. Okay, she's certainly confused me, that move, and my time is bad. But I feel that it was just a piece. She has this move. Was this all planned? I just went wrong there, didn't I? Ah, Simon again. And now we're up against it. I just panicked. Okay. It's all right. Life is still rosy. Life is still good. Let's get the pieces moving. And take that one, I feel. Check, in we come. None of that, please. Misses. Don't allow any weird counterplay, like check on f3. Oh, we want an ending, don't we? We're very happy to have an ending. Don't lose on time. That's also something which is really worth avoiding, I feel. Losing on time is never an ideal thing to do. And grab as many of those little guys as you can and queen a pawn. How about that for a plan? Oh, she's creating as many problems as she possibly can here, which is annoying. Kind of been okay. Come on, now it's time to push. Surely I've got to push these guys now. Oh, come on. Now, where do we go? Here. Oh God, why? I'll check. What am I doing? What am the flipping heck am I doing here? About to lose on time. Oh, I got check. I had check. Bollocks. Bollocks. Terrible play. Oh my God. This is atrocious. I need to get that square with Zugzwang. Like that. Zugzwang. Yes, yes. I always make it easy, don't I? I always make it easy for myself. Last punt attempt. Oof. Oh, oh. What was that all about? I'm not looking at the accuracy levels on that. Accuracy levels will clearly be over the 90% mark. Cheers. I'm gonna need a little sip of this bad boy. I think I need to get a bit of air in here after that one. So, well. Yeah, one thing you can be clear about, even if the chess is bad, there's going to be some very close, entertaining games. Paddy GR. Who is Paddy GR? Not many people know about Yang Fang soap. Yeah. Anyway, right. So, what can I say about that? I think I had loads of play, but I will put it on the computer if the next game starts. I mean, I missed that 30 seconds, didn't I? Which I could have got by not... Okay, so I'm going to keep clicking away. But let's just see if there was a win. Let's just see if there's a win. Well, it wasn't afternoon whiskey. It's 6:30 here. Well, that's well into the evening time. And this is like the relaxed title Tuesday. Have a drink, relax, take it easy. So where did I miss the first win? It must have been around the opening here. Okay, so after rook e4, don't start next game. Rook f4 was wrong. So what should I play? So rook d4. What the hell? So this was the winning move. Wow. Can you believe it? That's the winning move. Because if she plays... Why is that winning? Why is that winning? Obvious move, not. So let's say she goes here. And now rook... And now what? Bishop f5. Queen takes f5. And you play rook d6. And you have this internal pin. Well, that's not so easy to see, is it? Come on. That's not so easy. That's not so easy to see. Rook d4. I think I kept the pressure up there, and she, she played defended, but the end of the game was just absolute atrocious crap. To be honest, there was nothing to show at the end there, nothing to show. Anyway, we're on 2 out of 3, which is better than some other occasions. Thank you, Ken. Cheers. Let's keep the wins coming, indeed. And we're trying to get to, we're going to do this in stages, so it's 11 rounds. We're going to try to get to 4 out of 5. That seems like a decent level to get to, right? 4 out of 5, that's aim number 1. So that means we've got to win the next 2 games. And we're playing someone here, clearly a patzer, which means a weak player. And we've got black again. What is going on? Give me a white against the good players, governor. Why are you giving me this black pieces? I love a good old moan. Okay, so we're playing. I mean, this guy is good, right? And I've got a variation. I'm not a big fan of either, but is he going to take here? Okay, I'm going to go here and go here. This is the line I used to play, but I gave it up because I thought it was a bit shit. Why did I do that? You know what I meant to play? I've totally confused myself. I meant to play G takes there. I meant to actually play G takes, but I suddenly played bishop takes. Okay, concentrate. Concentrate. Okay, so we've gone a little bit wild, and I'm not sure where my king's going to go, but we don't have to worry about stuff like that, do we? No. Maybe, because this might come in and crush me like a fly. But I've got a very nice hold of this square. Now f6 is not stupid, but I probably feel like this move's annoying me. This one, the knight coming in here. I don't know if there's many ways I can deal with that. So we need to try and... Am I just going to go f6 against that? Probably. So do we put the queen here and try to castle queenside? Because there's no way I'm castling. Is it? Do I castle king? I said there's no way I'm castling kingside. Is there a way? Am I actually castling kingside? And just saying, what the hell? What the hell? Okay, well this is clearly the most scariest move. And here, knight here. And then I'm castling kingside and crossing my fingers. Really? Am I really doing this? Am I really castling kingside in this position? It looks... I mean, I'm hoping that this has blocked off my opponent's attack. I mean, if the knight goes here, I can play... No, I can't play f5 because knight f6 wins my queen. So I want to castle and threaten f5. And I'm hoping that at some point, you know, we might be able to do something over there. I don't know how we're going to do anything on the queen side to attack, but something will turn up. Something will come along. No doubt about it. Even if it's a sip of whiskey, it'll come. So, is he looking at some amazing tactic like takes and takes there? I'm not even going to bother calculating that. I don't need to. If it works, it works. Okay, now this seems sensible. This seems like a sensible move. When here, I've got to watch out for tactics. This one, I don't believe. I've got to keep my queen as centralized as I can, meaning I must guard the e6 pawn. And I want to get something with b4 on the board. Knight g4, unless there's some tactic. Okay, so he's playing much more positional, which makes sense. Now knight here, everything takes. I take with the queen on that square. I think that's okay, personally. But I notice things floating around here. But we're going to try this. And I might even put my king on f7. Okay, so here is an idea. We don't want to allow that, so I think I want to castle at some point, but then this is a bit weak. Here, knight c5 worries me a little bit. And I guess this is now the safest square for the king. But then knight comes here, then I've got to play like rook to e8 or something. My queen is the one factor that is giving me some hope. Now, I'm not going to just sit here and let my opponent have all the fun. That would not be very wise. But he's trying to get this square. Okay, we got to now. Oh shit! Just missing a tactic there, and that has collapsed my position. Oh dear, that was bad. That was just bad news, and now it collapses. Oh, that was very bad news. Okay. Because I can't take there because of knight e5 check. So I was probably doing alright here, but I don't like these kind of positions. They're not easy to play when you always have to find the correct move. So the opening, okay, I should have just got this pawn in, but okay, let's see. My opponent's kept it under control. There's still some half chances combined with this one going in, which I think I probably have to play now. And this is probably the end, isn't it? If I move my bishop, knight comes here, so we can try some desperate. We can try some desperate last punt here. Oh no, that's the end. That is clearly the end. But it was lost by that situation anyway. Okay, well he's a very tough opponent, clearly. But we're on 50%, but we've had some tough games. We had 3 blacks, and the openings have been not going that great, have they? They haven't been going that well. And my opponent played very well, and you can see that it's one of those openings which I must be all right according to the computer, but it's very hard to navigate. You make one mistake, you're in trouble. and you can see it's always like, okay, around here I might be doing all right, but even in this situation, well, this is just early opening, and I got a little bit tricked in the opening. And let's have a look how it goes. I mean, this didn't seem, I mean, my position seemed playable, but it's always a little bit difficult, right? And what I mean by that is my king. My opponent's king is very safe, and as we saw, and as I mentioned, my king just can't quite find a right home. In a long play game, you can probably play like this because you've got enough time to make sure your king is safe. But when you have to keep playing it, well, I mean, I've had 3 blacks and my blacks haven't gone well, so what am I going to play in future? And it's the openings, isn't it? And by the way, my aim was to get 8 out of 11, so that means out of the next, how many games have we got? 7 games. I need to get 6 out of 7, so we need to try and get 6 out of 7, which is not going to be not a thankless task. Okay, so let's have a look. So maybe I should just castle here. So the computer thinks I should just castle, but I couldn't live with this knight here. But we can see, actually, knight g6, and I mentioned this one does work now. So probably I have to castle, but I don't like that position. I just feel a bit holy. Maybe it's playable though, but okay. Not the positions I like playing. Okay, but even here I'm worse. Now, this seemed all right. Everything okay so far. And now this is all right. And I think around here, this is okay. I probably should play g5 soon, especially after this next move. My first thought was to play g5, and I didn't play it. But okay, the computer still thinks this is okay. But now my next move is a major blunder. And I should get my king out of the way of any knight forks, because then I can get my counterplay. And actually, I think I've done pretty well. Well, okay, my opponent's missed some moves, but I've done okay up to this position. But all you need to do against these guys is just miss one small thing, and this was a horrible move. Obviously I'm trying to get my attack going, but I just missed c4. And the point is, you take it, the knight comes in, and you lose your queen because of discovered check. And after this I'm basically lost. I've got no hope here because I don't have any counterplay. I mean, this is my best chance, but it's not a very good chance. My opponent calls my bluff. The knight is a fantastic square there. So everything was kind of okay. Maybe I should castle here. I was a little bit scared to do so, I think understandably. But in the opening, if I had this again, well, what would I do in this position? I don't know, maybe I wouldn't take here. But this leads into another variation where I think you're supposed to go knight d7, but I got my variations mixed up. You played this line where you take with a pawn. So a little bit mixed up in that opening, and a little bit mixed up in the other game I lost in the Dutch opening. And again, like I say, when you're playing these guys are fantastic. You know, what was he? He's 3,000 rating. The other one was like a young player. You've got to get your openings right. I do say up to most of it, openings are not that important. But when you're playing against guys who are just going to punish you if you make the slightest mistake, it's so important. But a bit unfortunate to have 3 blacks. We're on a 50%. So, like I say, I think, is that right, saying we've got 7 rounds left? 8, 9, 10, 11. So I've got to get 6 out of 7. It's still doable. It's still doable. There's normally a little break after round 4 because they just check if anyone's been cheating. Let's have a look at how you're doing in the chat here. So we're gonna. What am I gonna play against? I'm gonna stick with the French, but I'm just gonna play a little bit more. Okay, Captain Bumrati, h6, a alpha 0 move. Yeah, I mean, I think his plan was pretty decent in that game. Yeah. My position was a disaster out of the opening. Well, it was worse maybe out of the opening, but I think it was playable, but not maybe at the time limit I was playing. Who else do we have in the chat there? He's very good, that guy. Anyway, he's a bit of a ledge, isn't he? At least I was up on time. Yeah, there's always positives. Thank you very much. We need speed. I always need a bit of speed in my games. Northern Light saying hello from San Diego. Just want to thank you for my courses. Well, that's very kind to say. Thank you. I'm glad you brought my courses. I hope they're helping you out with your chess, and I'm glad you're improving a lot with my courses. Always good to hear. I mean, if you guys are interested in looking at the next thing I've been developing for a couple of years, it's this thing here. I've just posted it in the chat, and this is, I've been working with a small team on this chess site, GChess, and it's a great way to support me. I mean, you can subscribe for $9.99 a month to get access to loads of opening resources, which I clearly need to look at myself. I've been too busy creating the website to not look at the opening resources. But that's the latest thing I'm creating, this GChess thing with a good team, and it's basically kind of going to turn into like the Google of chess. You put a position on the board, and it will have multiple resources for that position. Like, it's going to have new in chess articles, online games, offline games, encyclopedia. It has a lot of things. So that's a cool way to support me if you want to, and you get something really cool in return. So we're just waiting for the next game now. Let's see who's leading the tournament. We'll just have to update because we have had 4 rounds here. Give me a chance to drink whiskey off screen as well. Well, surprise, we have Hikaru at the top, Penguin. So we do need to get some wins together to play some of these legends again, and we want to get the right positions out the opening. So I'm going to spend a bit more time in the opening, just trying to work out what positions we want to aim for. Now, well, you can see there's so many strong players here. Only 389 players this time. We'll be about on 50% because, or we're on, well, 50% of the score group because we're on halfway. Legend after legend there, some other great streamers as well. So that is, well, okay, there you go. But Hikaru's always the guy to beat in these things. Always the guy to beat. Where is Lawrence Trent playing? I don't know if Lawrence Trent is playing this time, so it's going to be hard to finish above him if he's not playing. You know, it's nice to have a little bit of rivalry, isn't it? You got to try to finish above someone. Olivia Bommel is saying GChess is fun to learn on. I use it also for correspondence chess. Well, that's really good to hear. It's going to get stronger and better as well. We're improving it constantly, which I think is important with anything. Got to try to make it as good as you can. And yeah, Paddy GR, is Lawrence on track to becoming GM? We had this big bet, didn't he? And this big bet, yeah, before Sokolowski, that was a bit arrogant of me, wasn't it? When I say other great streamers, that implies I'm a great streamer. Yeah, I mean, do I consider myself a great streamer? Not really. I consider myself a streamer who enjoys what I'm doing and done it for a long time. So, you know, but there's certainly many more popular streamers than me with bigger crowds. So yeah, that was. But you know, I am dyslexic, so I do get my words mixed up now and again. That's my excuse. Is Lawrence Trent on track to become a GM? So he had this bet, Lawrence Trent, who's a friend of mine, international master, and I'm sure everyone watching this has ambitions of becoming a top chess player or improving their chess at least. It doesn't matter what standard you are, even if you're like, it doesn't matter, even if you just started the game. The great thing with chess is we can always aim to improve. Even Magnus Carlsen can. That's what makes it so great. We don't have to aspire to be an IM even or an FM. We can aspire to be like 1200 one day or 1000. And Lawrence has been around for a long time, and he had a bet with many people that he'd become a Grandmaster in a year. But the problem is that Lawrence, well, COVID, right? There's not many tournaments he can play in. And I mean, you've had to have COVID passports to go anywhere. There's many problems with traveling. So I mean, he's good enough to be a Grandmaster, definitely. But becoming a Grandmaster, I mean, I did it when I was playing all the time. Obviously, I don't have as much time to play anymore. I'm creating videos, courses, things like this mainly. Creating this new website, so meetings a lot of the time, developers, this kind of thing is what I'm doing now. And if you want to be a chess player, if you want to be a Grandmaster, you have to spend all your time studying chess. you can't become a grandmaster unless you're something incredibly special. Incredibly special. I'm going to go D4. If it's not full-time job for you, it's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. So it's like, you know, and when I became a grandmaster, I'm gonna play normal D4 stuff here. I was basically looking at chess all the time, memorizing my openings all the time, working on my openings all the time. I was doing so many things to improve my game, and I was playing lots of chess tournaments as well. And you've got to do all these things if you want to be a grandmaster. It's like a full-time job, right? It really is, and it takes all your energy. So I guess someone like me who does other things, you do, you know, you do drop down a little bit with your rating if you don't keep up the play. My highest was 2550. Stayed around that for a while, which is, I think, okay, just okay to be honest. But then, you know, other things got in the way, basically, as they do. Okay, so we got pretty. This is a pretty standard position here, and I'm just thinking what to do with my knight now, which seems to be a little bit misplaced. I kind of normally like putting these things here, but do I want to play? I'm gonna play for B4 and play this slightly differently. Now, if A5, B5 here, I can take on, pass on, and hope this pawn is weak. And my opponent might try to break with this move. But if she does play c5, I can capture everything and claim that pawn as a weakness. So do we continue now knight b3? I think we just keep it. It's going to be quite a positional game here. Just consolidating my pawns. And she's not going for this one. Now, queen c2 makes sense to me. And then the rooks come next. So I'm just thinking where I want to put the rooks. Do I want to put a rook here and a rook here? That would be the most natural development. Now this is a slightly annoying move in some respects, but I think I can take this one and come here. And she has to play f5. My king is very safe in this position, and I'd like to, in some ways, this bishop, I'm just thinking in my plans what to do. I'd like to get rid of that bishop, because then I'd have the c6 square. But in other ways, that bishop is quite bad. So, okay, she can go knight f6 as well. And I'm just now thinking, what's my plan here? I don't know if I want to take the dark square bishop with my knight, because it seems like a pretty good piece. But do I play f3 even? Very, very committal move, this one. She's going to attack me either way, and I want to have a plan. I'm going to play f3. This is incredibly risky, because I now open up my king side to some attack. I get rid of a defender of my king side. So you might be thinking, why? What are you doing, you nutter? Well, the reason I'm doing this is because I want to get my rooks doubled, and I want to attack on the king side. I did mention the c6 square. I mentioned this diagonal, but it's mainly I've now gained the center. Okay, she's played this, and I will automatically try to get more control of the c6 square. And I have this one as well to make sure that pawn's safe. But I really want to go here and then use my center. This is why I've done it, but it is risky. The reason it's risky is because my king side, like for example, she can start coming in now. And I've got to watch out for this, but it's quite a slow plan of hers to do that. So I'm hoping I'll get enough play before she's able to attack me. E4, E5, this kind of idea is what I want to do, which I wasn't able to do before. Remember, she had a pawn on E4. Okay, so she's trying something. Most people do try something. But I'm going to try something as well, and I've got a lovely square for my knight there. I don't think a bishop is very good on this square, so I don't want to allow her to swap it. I think her reasoning was she now gains control of the central square because my knight was guarding that square. But I still can continue with another plan of bringing my pieces to attack mainly on the f-file here. Quite like my position. I think this is a nice position for me. So let's not lose any material. So we'll go here. Might be an exchange sack on the agenda. And now Is she going to do an exchange sack? Well, then I will have this one at the end of it. If she doesn't sack the exchange, I suddenly have many possibilities for my knight. But she's holding this position. Now, can I take here? This is the kind of stupid move I get much too tempted to play, so we're not going to do that. I really want to play this move, but it's not easy to do. Do we even get the queens up? And then I lose this pawn. So I'm going to play here, a peculiar move, but I kind of feel the exchange of queens, which she stopped. Good play. Now, do we do this here? I think we play rook f5 first. And now things should be creaking surely in her position somehow. Got to watch out for this one. Got to watch out for any sacks here. And this knight has done its job on that square. She's going for this, which is playable, but I'm not so worried somehow about this. Okay. The best way of dealing with this takes... Right, so I don't want to lose my d5 pawn, okay? So I think we just put this knight somewhere good. Oh no, then no, we don't do that. e4, we lose that pawn. Okay, this one is the right way to go. Okay. Right. I'm going to focus a bit now. The reason, I mean, this is very playable what she did, but she's played some good moves here. That is a really annoying and good move. So I lose this guy. Ah, that's a really good move. Oh, Simon. Okay. I have to win this game. Have to win this game. Ah, what am I doing? What am I actually doing? What the f... I had blinkered vision there. I could have just won the rook. Of course I could have won the rook. But blinkered vision. I'm just one plan, and we're just doing this one plan. Her pawns are getting annoying. Yes, they are. And that was a shocking move. Ooh. Not very good at the end there, not very good technique, and I could have won a rook, but we won the game. We moved to 3 out of 5, and it was a little bit shaky there, a little bit shaky. And well, for example, it's so easy sometimes when you just sort of like, what am I doing? Why did I do that? And I think my position is probably better here. It's definitely better here, but you get blinkered vision. You look at this pawn, and suddenly you realise, hang on a minute, knights can go other ways as well. And I could have just plonked that one there and gone, yeah, thanks, missus. Now, any win is a good win. Exactly. I just need to get the confidence up a little bit. So we did win that one. We are on 3 out of 5. We're going for 8 points. So we now need... Come on, guys. You've got to keep an eye on the score for me. We're going for 8 points. What do I need now? So it was 6 out of 7, 5 out of 6. Is that right? You need another whiskey. Yeah, that could be important. I haven't finished this one yet. This is a sipper, my friend. This is a sipper. I don't think it was really in-game technique there. It was quite a tactical ending. That was by no means a good ending, but I just lost the plot at the end. I mean, like, I lost a bit of control. And around here, knight to f8 was a shocking move. Absolutely shocking. I should probably move my king just to c6. It's so easy when you look at it afterwards. It's so easy. You look at it afterwards, you're like, what are you doing, you nutter? What are you doing? So, okay, what do I need to get to 8 out of 8 now? Come on, guys, you can work it out. What am I on? 3 points? 3 out of 5, so I need 5 out of 6, yeah? 5 out of 6. It sounds doable. but maybe it's not doable. It sounds doable. The whiskey is doable anyway. Let's say hello to everyone in the chat. You all had faith in me in that one, didn't you? Now the final position, am I actually losing this position? Yeah, that's why I was a bit like, yeah, I mean, if she plays G2, I'm losing, right? And even here, I mean, what was my idea? She could just take my knight. I completely collapse. My rating goes more and more down. Every second under 20, every second that I go under 20 seconds, I lose 100 elo points. I'm like, have the whiskey. 5 out of 6. Does anyone think I will get 5 out of 6 the way I'm playing? Anyone? Anyone out there? Anyone out there? Have faith? Any one of you? Just one? Come and join me for a whiskey if you want to as well. Anyone? No. Jess Fox, yeah, thank you, Jess. Thank you. Thank you. Jess is one of the oldest supporters there, so cheers, Jess. Yay, Bjorn. Hello. And Captain Bumratty, I mean, I'll say yes, but I mean no. Thanks for the faith, mate. Oh, thank you, mate. Okay, let's see. Let's have another sip anyway. That game requires a big sip. Oh, it's like fire in the belly. Yeah, I'll put hairs on my back or my chest. What's the saying? Chest. Okay, so I think the next game must be coming soon anyway. We need to get a good opening with black. So I'm just thinking, what are we going to do against E4? Okay, we got white, so I'm going to go D4. We're just going to do normal D4 stuff. Now, my idea... Well, hello, what happened there? Yes, I want to play that move. My idea... I didn't know you could take moves back in chess. We're going to play we're going to play the tromp, because I'm doing a DVD on this. We're going to tromp him up. I'm getting a bit more aggressive now. I'm getting a bit more aggressive. Put down your pipe and smoke it, son. Okay, right. Now, does this move work? I don't know, but it's the most aggressive. I've suddenly gone super aggressive, and I don't know why. Why have I gone super aggressive? Because that's the way we rock and roll. Okay, now what? This one, keep going forwards. I don't know the theory on this. Quelle surprise. Do we have any other funky ideas here? There's plenty of funky ideas. What about even knight somewhere? Okay, I mean, again, the openings seem to be important so far, so I'm going to spend a bit of time trying to work this out. Here, takes. Okay, I'm going to go here, which looks interesting to me. And it's got him out of theory by the looks of it. At least he doesn't. At least his theory has gone. Okay, and of course he wants to take here and take here. Now I did see this, but I was hoping, maybe rather optimistically, that I would have some counterplay. Now taking here, knight. I'm gonna have to give this pawn. I'm not too worried about that pawn, I have to admit. Not too worried. Maybe I should be worried about that pawn, but I'm not. I'm happily give that one away. Okay, let's go here now. We're making this up as we go along, funnily enough. Developing move. Now if he takes here now, I might be able to keep my pawns in the middle. If he takes on G3 and takes this pawn, then I bring my knight out with tempo, and he's got bad development here. So we're kind of happy to sack this pawn. Lose the pawn, whatever you call it. Grandmasters never lose pawns. Actually, if you watch my streams, yes, they do. We got a little tempo here, and position seems kind of interesting to me. Now, where does the queen go, or do we? He wants to take this, correct? Then I castle. So, what square is? I'm going to go here, and this position is just mental already. Really wacky position, because I expect he's doing very well, but you know, it's a little bit hard for him. If he takes here, I'm going to castle queenside like an axe murderer. It is Halloween. Like, okay, he's not allowed to play sensible blooming moves, is he? Okay, let's do this anyway, shall we? Why not? And is this complete absolute drosh what I'm doing? Am I actually just playing like a complete fool? Now, kind of thinking I might be. It's possible. He's closing it down. That's a clever idea, because if he kept the lines open, then I would have some chances. So we're gonna try. Whilst our king, my king is like okay at the moment here. Whilst we have a little bit of better development, we're gonna try opening the position up as forcefully as we can, and he's going to close it down, which is most annoying. So he's keeping everything under control, which is not really what we wanted, but okay, we'll have to just keep coming. Now I expect this is the move I'm most fearful of, when I can take here, but then he takes with the knight and pieces get exchanged, and I'm not believing. I'd love my king to be on a1 here so I could get a rook to the b file quickly, but that seems very, very slow idea. This bishop, I don't really want to swap it off. I'm trying to avoid exchanges at the moment. The more pieces I exchange, I feel the easier his position. I'm not ever worried about this because my knight comes into c6. So if he castles, I'm probably going to just go king a1, king b1, rook b1, and cross my fingers. Well, I've said it now, I better do it. And if my king gets here, my rook gets here, I have knight a5, and something, maybe. Something called baloney. Okay, so he's done this, but now I can take here. And this is not so clear because his bishop's on pre. His bishop is on pre, a little tic-tac. So get my pawn back, and we keep that bishop on pre. And this pawn is now most frustrating for him. Coming through the middle. I think we can get this guy out at last. He's going to have to take it, isn't he? Take with a pawn or take with a queen? Let's take with a pawn and centralize all the pieces here. Now, does he want to come in with a queen here? Everything on the E file. This is one way to come in. And I'm going to try to cover. If he comes to F2, I'm hoping I can just put my rook there and cover. Okay, this could be useful as well. He's now poking his head over here. It's a good idea he's come up with. Because of this bloody square, yeah? Okay. I have my own ideas as well, and it involves this square. So this one and that square. So we can take it, but I can't see anything clear. Shit. What the fuck happened there? Oh my god. What happened there? He suddenly swindled his way into some bloody... Oh man. I can't believe that. Ah! I have no way to play... Ah! Ah! Oh, that was so stupid. You could see my rating just dropping there every little bit over under the time limit. I suddenly realized he lost his queen. He did lose his queen, but he suddenly got checkmate, and if I go c4 he has at least a draw. So now we need 4.5 out of 5. It's still there, but I can't lose another game. No, I didn't, because he has Oh, if I took on d6, I did. If I took on d6, I did. Because what I was thinking, and you're right there, when you've got 13 seconds, I told you my elo drops. Let's say I play, my first thought is this is mate, right? If I play c4, he has at least a draw, because he just brings his rook like that and checks me. No, I don't think I can escape this, because he's got rook a4 checkmate, yeah? So my king can't come to c4 because of rook a4. There's probably a way. Can I do this one? Maybe this is the way to win. No, then he plays c4. And he's threatening checkmate on 2 squares. I think this is queen c4. Yeah, so simple. It's so simple, isn't it? So simple. Of course it's simple. So simple. When you're not, as I told you, that time, you just miss these ones when the time goes. And of course that just stops everything. Easy win. And it was quite an easy win at the end there, I think, for a long time. I mean, okay. So he should have played a bit more actively here with this one, and then it's very unclear. But this is why I put my king here, because suddenly this is like winning. And he's got 1 second left. Can't believe how I didn't win that one. And yeah, this is where I just panicked a little bit. I just saw these ideas, and the thing is, by the time I worked out this wasn't working, my time was down. So I was thinking about now weirdly playing queen c4 here. But he could have taken the rook, and maybe he's even better here actually. So yeah, but the way to win it, of course, is this one. Alright, well, at least we've got another game. So we need 4.5 out of 5. Let's keep the dream alive. I think it's 4.5 out of 5. Isn't it? Are there 5 games left? Let's see. So the dream is still alive, and we can't lose a game now. But I think I'm now fully warmed up. We are fighting the London here, and I quite like playing against the London system. So we will just put our pieces on normal squares. Now there's 2 ways of doing this. You can go here, or you can play this move. Now this move's a little bit dodgy if they find h4, h5. Don't be listening to the stream. Don't be listening to the stream. Please don't be listening to the stream. Please go away. Okay, he's played on the other side. Okay, good. Now, oh, you can still do it. This is kind of scary, but I mean, there's ways you can deal with it. And this position, well, it's just an interesting position now, because I'm going to start having some fun pushing my pawns over here. He's done all his normal moves, but we need to win this. Okay, so he's done all his normal shit. So he wants to play for this, correct? So do we go in here? Let's try to stop him. Bishop there is actually not a stupid move either. But I'll keep that bishop. I'm still sipping on the same whiskey. We need to top up soon. What round is this, guys? What round? Anyone know what round this is? I think when there's round 8, it's time for a whiskey refill. Is this round 8? We know we need to win. Let me know when it's round 8. Okay, I'm getting happier and happier, because it doesn't really seem he knows what he's doing here. He's kind of playing moves, but okay, now I'm very happy to get control of the little square, b4, little positional gains. At 8 PM I need to leave for Bake Off. Well, okay, enjoy Bake Off. Very popular TV show, I gather. And I think it's now time to start getting these ones through. Let's just checkmate the guy. Come on. I'm kind of like, really? Really? You really playing that move? I wish... Yeah, I don't know why I did that move. That was bloody stupid in some ways. Okay. Was it? I don't know. I wish we could play like music we like when we play now, but I don't think you can do that anymore. I used to love playing chess when you could put on some proper music. You know, some good music while you're playing is gets you in a bit of the mood, doesn't it? Right, now what's happening here? Is this... Do we double up here? Oh no, there's a pawn on pre governor. There's a pawn on pre governor. Okay, so I think we The one thing I'm liking about my position is, well, not one thing. I'm liking a couple of things. I'm liking the F file. And I'm liking the fact that I have some attack over here. He's playing very blunt chess here. He can take and go e6, which he's going to do. Which not really. Well, then I would have taken there, right? So. Okay. Yeah. Gonna have to fight in this game. Gonna have to fight. Okay. Let's play better chess now. Let's play better chess. So how are we gonna fight? That bishop. Let's do this. And do this, I think, is the way to go, right? That's the way to do it. Okay. I'm going to concentrate a bit because I need this. What do I need? 5.5 out of 6 or 4.5 out of 5? Well, I mean, I should. This guy's playing well now. He's playing well. He's playing some good chess. So. Another good move from my opponent. Getting a lot of messages. Let's do this. Tough game. I haven't won any easy games, have I? No easy games. Every game has been a real slugfest so far. A real slugfest. Okay, now I think it's time to push here. And we need to get our queen into this game. How do we go about doing this? Bishop here, knight here, queen e6. Am I covering everything? Let's hope so. And queen g6 might have been better because I want to get this queen desperately in. Do I allow him to take that one? Okay, I should have gone here and move ago. But we need to get this queen into the game. Yep. Of course we have a draw. Let's just, but I don't think that helps me. This knight has now found a good square to go to. So how are we doing this, people? I'm going to have to sack a pawn, I think, to try and win. This is my idea. He has no checks, and I want this for my bishop. And he has a lot of problems now. Boom! 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 Put it in your pipe and smoke it at last. Oh. Oof. Good. At least we're still. The dream is still there. The dream is alive. Yeah, we had to knuckle down there. I'm gonna have to start knuckling down a bit more, aren't I? I mean, that was a very tough game, actually. Very tough game. I thought I was cruising at one point. And I was sort of playing a little bit without thinking, like around about here. I thought, yeah, this is easy. But you know what I should be doing here? I think I should be taking this knight off at some point, just so I don't allow him to do what he did. I mean, he can always do that. He can always do that. H5. When I played it, I was a bit iffy about that. What I should be playing here? Why not just take the knight and play E5? It's so. This is what I'd do if I was on really good, well, normal form. You take here, okay, if he takes the rook, you just play, or the pawn, you just play here. And I know this is the normal way of playing, because if they ever go e4, you play this, and that bishop is an embarrassment to humankind. And this is an absolutely phenomenal position, and this would have won the game a lot quicker. So it's, Some missed chances there. How many games left? I don't even know how many games are left now. So what have we got? We got, is that round 7? What's going on? Someone must be paying attention here. There's 4. Is there 4 games left, and we need 3.5 out of 4? Is that what is that, Jerry? Is that we're on 4.5, so we need 3.5 out of 4, correct? 3.5 out of 4. 3.5 out of 4. Okay. Okay, so that's possible. We're still alive. Anyone? Okay. Anyone now think we're going to get 3.5 out of 4? Get to the 8 point. 8 point out of 11. Time for another whiskey. Oh, how many? After the next round, we get a break, so I can restock on whiskey. Captain Bunratty is starting to believe. Wow. Are you? Jess Fox is a believer. Cheers, my friend. And Liat is possibly. That's not. What's possibly? Possibly is not a yes or a no. You must be English, Liat. That is like. That's like. Maybe. Maybe it'll rain tomorrow. Maybe it'll be a lovely day. Just maybe. Okay, we have another believer. Hotel Shack. The Chess Hotel. Ken Hardcastle, thank you very much. No problem. Well, I have to say, it's going to be a problem. If we get there, it's going to be a hand and nail fight. It's not going to be easy, that's for sure. The way I'm playing, I haven't had one easy game. Every game has been a bloody struggle. But we need 3.5, and the games are going to get tougher. Let's go for it, though. Okay, we're in, and we got a strong player. Our first test. Well, not our first test. We've had many of them, and we've failed many of them. Okay, good state of mind. Stelly, you got it. State of mind is important. Let's tromp him up again. The last game was very exciting. I don't like this move, but state of mind, positive. Positive. And this is one variation I haven't got to learning yet. Maybe we play this move. Maybe not. State of mind, Simon. State of mind. Check, check, mate. And the rolling now. Okay, let's do this. See what he's going to do. I might start abusing him on the queen side. Should we do that? Oh my god, what are you trying to do, man? You're trying to bore me to death. Okay. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal, Simon. Do I take or do I not take? Now this is the question. I think this is going to have to be a very positional game. And I'm quite a lot of tempo down here. I want to play 2 moves. This and this. And then I play against the weakness of the double pawns. We probe and we attack. We probe and we attack. Even though they could be strong as well, because they hold his center together. I don't know if they're a weakness or a strength. We play positional chess. We grind. Grind. What accent am I doing even? I don't know what I'm doing anymore. What am I doing, people? Anyone know what I'm doing? I'm allowing some nasty maneuvers over here. That could be an ouch if it gets there. That's annoying. I have to give that to him. That is annoying. I should have played b4, but it's still a game of chess. Didn't want to move my knight there. It looks extremely clumsy, and I have to get rid of that knight because it's so annoying. And he can come in here. And I heard that knights were better than bishops. I'm sure someone said that. Did someone say knights are better than bishops? Someone said it, no? Anyone recall who it was? Should maybe thought about that move a little bit. We are grinding. Grind! Grind! I'm glad I seem to have avoided his tactics. Set this as a tactic. I said I've avoided his tactics, and of course I've allowed him to do this. Oh my words. Which he's played instantly. I can't lose this game, remember? I can't lose this game. That was really annoying. Really annoying. It gets his rook here, it's game over. We're in a tricky spot. We are in a tricky situation, Del Boy. And I have to play here, which is just so ugly. If we get a draw out of this, we can be happy. Oh dear, I just missed that. I should have taken his bishop first, but not good. Okay, we've got to try to draw this lost position. The problem is, as soon as I move this rook, my pawns just completely drop. So I think it's actually resignable. Unfortunately, the dream is over. We might have to top up on a whiskey, I feel. Is there any? This is my last hope, is to try and come here, which seems so desperate. I'm even embarrassed to play it, but we'll play it. Maybe I should have played f4 first, but it doesn't really matter. He's kicking me away. I even played that inaccurately. I should have played king f8 first. Whiskey. Oh. I'm not going to give up. We don't give up. Back in the game. Come on! If we get a draw out of this, we just need 3 points. Come on. It's got f5. The game is still bloody hard to draw. Can we win it? Got at least... I should be able to draw this. Rook behind, pawn push. This is a draw. I can draw this. Can we win it? Can we win it? Can we? Can we? What? Anyone? Here, takes, here, draw. Okay. I think we're just going to have to take the draw. We did say a draw is a result and a half, didn't we, people? We did say a draw is a result and a half. Because we still got the dream. Dream, my friends. Just dream. Just dream the impossible dream. We'll take it. 3 out of 3. Okay, we'll take the draw. We need 3 out of 3 now. It's round 8. I'm going to go and have I got time to have a restock? Well, keep doing that email thing. Bloody hell. What time did I put the email up? I'm going to have to go and edit the video now. Jesus. Okay. Just reminding myself. Okay, so we need 3 out of 3. I think we've got time to restock on a whiskey, don't you? Don't you? I think we've got time to restock. We were still alive. We're still alive. We managed to get some... Well, we did our best there in a very tricky ending. It was obviously lost. Okay, so I'll be back in a minute, people. I think it's time for another wee tipple. Because to get 3 out of 3, we're going to need the power of the Irish double malt. Yes, we are. And this song, by the way, made by Jess Fox in the chat. Unbelievable song. Jess, I'd love to put it up on YouTube, actually, if you're okay with that. I'll give you
sometimes in chess.
Cool things.
There are games.
Okay, right. I'll be back in a second. Otherwise the game will start.
And this is one of those games.
aggressive flexibility shown, I think you'll agree to. Yeah, cool. So that is Jess's song, and yeah, Jess, I hope you're alright if I whack it up on my YouTube channel, and I'll link to yours or something if that's cool. I think it's quite a cool song. Maybe make some trippy graphics to it or something like that. So we need 3 out of 3. How likely is that? It's going to be tough. Now let's have a look at the scores. And at the top we have Hikaru with 8 out of 8. Cool, Jess, good to hear. And Hikaru is really strong in these events. Fiddler, lots of other players, but that's the score we're going for. We are going for 8 points. But we need to get 3 out of 3. Now 8 out of 11 is a good score, especially the way I'm playing. But we're keeping the dream alive. We got a little bit lucky in that last game. I was even thinking maybe we could win that last game, believe it or not. But I don't think it was ever really gonna occur. And yeah, the next game should happen anymore. Now I've got a little bit more whiskey because the bottle's run out. Not from today. I've had it for at least 2 days. No, I've had it for a lot longer. I'm not really a whiskey drinker. It's just like I'm not drinking in the evenings much at the moment, and it's a nice sipper in the evening after a hard day's work. Oh, Captain Bumrat is now a believer, is he? Is he a believer? I don't know about believer, but he's okay. As long, you know, if we can just take it one game at a time, that lovely cliche, that beautiful cliche, one game at a time. Okay, so we'll see. Come on, let's have a look. The tiger has made me a believer. Who's the tiger? Is that me? I don't think I'm a tiger, am I? So yeah, just have a look at the chat while I wait for the next game. So just okay. Hello to everyone in the chat. If you've been here all the chat or just coming along. We are on the score of, I think, 5 points now. I hope 5 points after that one. And the aim before the tournament was to get to 8 out of 11. Now, if your maths is any good, that means 3 out of 3 is what we need. Now, I'm hoping I will get, I don't know what colour. My openings are not going well at the moment. I Am Jones is asking for an I in English. I think that's a darn good call. It's a bit more positional today. It's a little bit more positional today, right? So, oh, we're having an E4 as well. I think we got to go English in one game and then Gambit in the last game, if we can get to that situation. So if we can win in the English, then we have to survive black. Oh my goodness, I don't know what opening we're going to do there. Hopefully a nice easy Dutch attack, checkmate. In the last game, we'll try to get a King's Gambit, some kind of, you can't always get the King's Gambit, but if we can get the King's Gambit, we will get the King's Gambit. Jimmy Billy is asking for a black line. I might play the black line, but I never recommend that against the move D4, right? So if white plays D4, I never recommend doing the black line then. Against E4, well, why the hell not? Did anyone see that Clarissa Yip just won the American Championships, and she won it by playing the black line in a very important game and winning that game against another world champion. So why the hell not, hey? Stelly0007 saying I haven't played the King's Gambit. It depends, because you go E4, yeah, and they've got to go E5. But the Trompovsky, I think we got quite. Did we get a good position there? I feel our position was all right, but it wasn't that inspiring. I played this move. It's a little bit wet. I should have just played these moves first. I don't know why I took this pawn off. I should have just played Bishop D3, Knight E2. I think I want my Knight on E2 here because I want to come here. But I think black's quite solid. These double pawns are not really a weakness. The bishop comes here. Should have pushed Harry up the board to deal with that. Regrets in life, not using Harry enough is one of them. And game on. Future world champion. She's a great player. She's a great player. Clarissa Yip. Young, seems very nice. Great attacker, very talented. She could be a future I would say future women's world champion. I don't think she's strong enough to become a world champion in, I say, the open event. I think she's a bit old and to do that, but definitely she could be 2600 plus. You know, a fantastic player. I mean, you look at the amount of players now are so strong at her age, and there's players already like 2600, and all. There's so many of these Indian juniors. I think we'll have an Indian world champion within at least 20 years. We have had one, I know, Anand, but I think we'll have another one. And let's play some chess now. Okay. And what are the scores? So I'll tell you the scores at the top. Hikaru doing his normal stuff at the top there, and if we go down, we have the normal bunch of reprobates, GMs, IMs. And the thing is, when you're playing this time limit, there's a lot of FMs who are incredibly strong. Could be GMs if they got the opportunity. I'm sure they're talented at blitz chess. We're in, and we got a tough first game. And we got black as well. Now, who's this guy? Someone can tell me in the chat who this is. I don't really want to look it up. And I did say I'd play the black lion. Oh my god, what have we got me into? I'm going to play the bloody black lion. Okay, oof. He saved us from the black lion. And what are we going to do now, boys and girls? Okay. Well, I'm going to play g6. We're not going to play the black line against c4. Very rare move. He's playing the Bovinet English against us. So I'm going to go into the Iron English as black, which is not what I normally do. But I do understand this position a fair bit as playing it with the white pieces. Now, the first thing I like to do is do this. Try to do it. He's basically following my bloody course. How dare he follow my bloody course? And now I'm going to go here. Still following my course. And I know my course is a good course, so I'm actually wondering now what to do. Who is this guy, do you say? Dennis Wagner. Okay. This is still in my... Do you know what? This is unbelievably still in my course. Did you know that? Still in my course. He's still following my course. And this is so... How do we deal with this one, then? Trying to think of ways to unbalance it a little bit. But this would give him a small advantage. I'm going to play this, which I'm not particularly happy about playing. I'm going to play this. Block it up. And I've always wondered what would happen if black plays like this, so I guess I will find out. Now, I'm really tempted just to start going crazy here. Let's see what he does against this one. It's not my normal position, and I normally play the white side of this, so I'm actually, I know TikTok, I have to win as well, so I'm just sort of thinking, I'm thinking about how that is going to be possible here. He's playing just moves without thinking, okay, let's do the same. We're getting into the right gear now. Going to just try to start attacking him because he's playing on autopilot at the moment. If I win this one, this will be a big one to win, right? I guess he's slightly better because his knights are a little bit more active, but if you play the Iron English, you're going to be. So the idea of this, I just want to play this move and just disturb him a little bit. He seems like he's playing two comfortable moves at the moment. So that's what we're going for. I played this, I didn't want him breaking out all these moves. Now he's having to think. Do I put my bishop here? I'm just trying to work out if that's what I want to do. I'm not particularly happy about the passive placement of these guys. I don't want to go here because he would just take and put his knight straight in there with tempo. It's my move. What the hell? I spent all that time talking and it... Okay. He wants to get the queen. Such a boring player. Thank you for telling me it's my move, Jerry. Just making our task a little bit harder. I didn't even know. God, what is this whiskey? Bloody good stuff, I have to tell you. Bloody good stuff. Okay. Right. No. I'm not really liking this though. Okay, I really need to focus now. This is where we come into our own. When it's looking bad, it's looking like the chips are down. Do tell me if it's my move. Grandmaster not even knowing it's his move. That is just embarrassing. And are we doing this? I guess so. Is he thinking? Okay, he's thinking of some tactics. Got to play instantaneous now. And I want to get rid of his knights because his knights are incredibly strong. Quite like my position actually, because I feel this guy can jump into life. He's so boring, man. Oh my words, what is this? Just literally trying to... I didn't really have time to think there. I'll trap my knight in. That was bad. Okay, boring, or maybe just very good positional player. Because now I've done this to my knight. This is horrible. Ah, oh, yeah, I shouldn't have done that. It was a very good plan from him. It wasn't boring. And this is not good. Not good at all. Oh dear, yeah. Well, okay. Miracle time needed. He can win a pawn here. We're going to an ending. Does he want to give up that one? Got many good moves here, yes. Many good moves. That is one of them. Well, no, I say he's boring, but he just played a good game. Let's be honest. And I thought his move was a little bit dodgy, but actually it was just a very good move he played. So you know, the way he did it was pretty exemplary. And things are looking bit checkmatey here. But there he goes. Yeah, so that was a pretty bad game for me, but okay, the dreamer's gone. It was always going to be tough, but I don't know about that move he played. I was chatting, I didn't realize it was my move. That's not a good idea, but he outplayed me in one of my own openings, so well played there. I didn't have any fun in that game. That was just a bit painful. But queen here, probably a good move actually, because I thought I was doing alright around this point, but his knights are very strong. I should get rid of this one straight away, and I kind of forgot he had this one. Well, he could take the queen off, but I must be doing just this knight is too strong, isn't it? Let's have a little look on the computer, see what our friend the computer says. Yeah, e takes f4 was an idea, but I'm leaving myself a bit short of time, aren't I there? What kind of whiskey? Bloody strong whiskey. I was only, by the way, I always do this when I'm playing an opponent. I talk down about them at times to try and psych myself up, but I rarely mean what I'm saying, and I think a lot of people do this. Okay, I was probably winning at one point there. I just showed a graph, and I think it's more of a psychological thing, and sometimes I don't even realize I'm saying it out loud. It's more like I'm talking myself, because sometimes you need to change gears, basically. and changing gears, you know, you've got to psych yourself up. And a lot of time, as it's a one-on-one sport, it's like well, it's like boxing. You see in boxing, the players are always trying to outsight their opponents or get themselves in a more confident situation. So when I'm saying, oh, he's playing a boring opening, I'm like, come on, you've got to break through. You've got to break through his boring structure. So that's basically why I'm doing it. It doesn't mean to be insulting to my opponent, but obviously it can seem to be insulting to my opponent. So around here, you're totally right. Queen g5, and I should just take this pawn, open up the dark square. So I think I was kind of right around here in saying that I quite like my position. Even though bishop d7 might be a mistake, I'm not doing that badly. And he's got this idea that I'm just opening up the dark squares at some moment. So I should have, after this one, clearly, as I don't know who pointed this out, but just take on f4. Just take on f4 and try to get the bishop into the game. Now, there's only 2 games left, but we'll maybe have a look at this game a bit later on G-Chess, because I find chess.com is only good, personally, I've got another game already. I find chess.com is only good for finding your errors, but you can do that with any computer. I want to check that game a little bit later on to know from both sides what to play. Now, I wasn't really thinking what I was doing there. I said I was going to try play e4, but we're trying to have a little bit of fun now, stress-free. The most points I can get is 7 points, so we're just trying to do some gambits, just trying to have a bit of fun, and we're trying to get 2 out of 2. Now the pressure's off, so, oh well, you're asking for it. You are asking for it. It's quite gentleman of him to allow my time to, well, his time to run down then as well. I don't really care about you, Harry. As much as I love you, I sometimes have to leave you to the dogs. So we're doing the Harry attack. Let the whiskey take the wheel. That is a very good analogy there. Just relax and let the whiskey take the wheel. I like the way you're thinking there, sir. So we're just going to play, and we're going to play more stress-free now. Now I really want to take this one, but I feel that's one banana too far. Is that even an aside? Is that even a? I'm going to take that. If I get a chance to take that one is being whipped off the board as quickly as Kardashian. I don't know. I was going to think of what else gets whipped. Oh, there we go. Bang. Whip it off quicker than. I was going to say Kardashian sex tape, but that doesn't really go, does it? Don't know. You guys can think of something. Not rip, whip it off. Okay, right. Now what's happening here? So we're just gonna play free jazz chess. We need to play some jazz chess now. Jazz chess all the way. Right, jazz chess is coming. Is jazz chess still there? Or is jazz chess still alive? I want to get these boys coming. Can't believe I've run out of whiskey. Probably a damn good thing I've run out of whiskey. It could be very dangerous if I have more whiskey tonight. Okay, we're going to try to come in here. It's only the exchange. One thing that Bronstein once said to me, and Bronstein was one of the strongest players in the world never to become world champion. One thing old Brozza said to me was in the start of the game and early middle game, minor pieces are stronger than rooks. So I'm going to go by that analogy now. I'm not sure I believe it so much, but we can try to use these sexy little pieces. Look at the knights. Look at them. Now don't take that one. I wish my queen was over here, because I'll be having the time of my life then. Now this is a normal developing move, but he just plays f5, and I don't know what to do against f5. We've got to, okay, we're going to play jazz. We're playing jazz chess. Just remember, it's jazz chess. Don't think, play. Do. Just play, man. Just play with the music. Just flow, free flow, man. Just play some moves. The pressure's off. You put 8 points out there. Just play some moves, my friend. Just take some pieces. Calculate well. Do your shit. Okay, right. Now. He wants to go here and be annoying. Which he probably will be. Am I losing if he does that? I'm hoping not, obviously. But we'll just put the bishop there and see it. We'll just see it. That's the only tactic I've seen today, Captain Bumratty. Queen takes g4. It's my first tactic of the day. And I don't even know if it's a very good tactic. But it's a tactic. Check. My second tactic of the day. I feel good. Wow, 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 wow. That was a really weird. Wow, 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 wow. I feel good. So good. So good. So good. Wow, 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 wow. That, yeah, I think Miles Davis might be turning in his grave at that rendition. So I better stick to the chess. Look, jazz chess is so much easier, isn't it? It's so much easier when you don't think. Why didn't someone tell me this when I was becoming a... Oh, I've got to be careful. There's a checkmate there, you cheeky monkey. You cheeky, cheeky monkey. Why didn't someone tell me that chess is so much easier when you just play moves and you don't think, you know, and you see mini calculations? Are you already tilted at Tilted Tuesday? I don't know. I mean, we can get 7 points, and 7 points in my eyes is a very respectable score. And I feel we're 1 point away from 7. 7 out of 11. That ain't too shabby. That ain't too shabby. It ain't too shabby. Okay, now, well, we won that game. I mean, we sacked the exchange. This is what we can do. This is the way you play jazz chess. You give up Harry. We're going back to the old ways, the good ways, and we are just giving up pieces over there. Only one game to go. Let's get to 7 points anyway. Cheers. Anyone else can join me with a drink, whether it's orange juice, a cup of tea, or a sambuca shot? Anyone else want to cheers? 1 game to go. Should we share a cheers together? Anyone else want to share a cheers with me? My little whiskey has just come into an end on what's been quite a fun night. I want to get to the 8 points one day, but let's get to 7 first. Cheers, cheers, Stella. Cheers, a Mentia. Cheers, Milky, to the Diet Coke. Hammerbody, cheers to the G&G, my friend. Cacophonic, cheers to the Cup of Joe. I don't know what Cup of Joe is, to be honest. Cheers, J Blue. Cheers, Mike Cocker. Cheers onto Caesar. Grizzly Grizzly. Thank you very much. Not quite a GM. Apple juice is absolutely fine. I love a little bit of apple juice. Batcave Joe has a very nice mug there. Cheers to you, sir. Jen's Chess, a liqueur at hand. Cheers to you, my friend. Hope you're doing all right, Jens. Nikolaf, cheers to you, my friend. Of course, a lot of cheersing, isn't it? Hotel Shack, a lovely Pilsner. Not a bad beer. Cheers. Joe is coffee. Okay. Coffee is a very good drink. I can't drink coffee at this time of night because I'll never sleep. Cheeseburger with rum. I hope you're having Dealer Bust. That as a separate thing. I hope you're not having the cheeseburger in the rum. That'd just be weird. Cheeseburger and a rum separately. I like your style. I'm liking it. Tiger is my beer, Simon. Tiger's a good beer, Captain Bumratty. I have to say, and I know this might insult a lot of people, but the beer in Ireland is pretty atrocious in the bars. Normal bar. You got Guinness, but if you don't like Guinness, you've got Budweiser. Oh my god, I hate that stuff. I hate Budweiser. But the whiskey's good, and the environment's good, so it makes up for it. So Tiger beer, good beer. When is Ginger Coin come into the crypto market? I've got to find the ginger things I I've got to find the ginger coin thing that I got set up. I'm so bad at following things through. Things get very busy, don't they, in life, and you sort of like, you have an idea and the idea goes away and it's like, what am I doing now? Got many ideas. G-chess is the main idea at the moment, and I'll talk a little bit after the tournament about G-chess. That's the way you can support me, G-chess. This is what I'm putting most of my effort, as well as Bjorn, who's been in the chat. Yay Bjorn, JT. And this is one way you can support. Okay, let's see if we can finish with a win against a 20. Did I get 2 blacks in a row? No, I had white because I sacked in the last game, right? I think I've had a lot of blacks in this tournament. I'm moaning. We're gonna do, put your hands in the air. Put your hands in the air for the one and only the Black Lion. Come on, let's bring it on. And that, because now we're playing jazz chess. Now we're playing jazz chess. We just don't think we play. Bang, put down your pipe. Bang, sack a pawn. Bishop comes out. Boom, here we come. Pre-move, pre-move it, pre-move, pre-move, pre-move. Getting excited. Pre-move, 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 pre-move. Bring the bishop out. Castle, rook here. Pawn comes down. Queen comes over. My name's Hikaru. Knight comes in, knight comes here, around, bishop here, talking in that pawn, the rook comes down there, kings comes here, consolidate over there, the pieces come in like this, and he plays a move, and I'm very glad I did not pre-move, because I would have been in a hell of a lot of trouble. Now I remember giving this move, and I've never really looked at it, because, right, I gave this in my course, but I can't remember it, and I got a little bit excited there. Got a little bit excitable. A little bit excitable. Can we do that? A little bit excitable. Just a little bit. I could NFT it, couldn't I? 1 ether, please, for that. Plot lost. Lust. Plot lust is a different thing altogether. Okay, now, ladies and gentlemen, can we play some jazz chess with that? What say you, boys and girls? I'm going to have to move this knight at some point. I don't know, it looks a bit boring putting it in that square, but, or do we go here? What are we doing here? What are we doing? It feels like we want to do something a bit funky. Can we do bishop d6? That is just such a messed up move. This is just such a wrong move. I have to play it. I have to put myself in a self pin. I'm not a sadomasochist. I like causing the pain to my opponents. And remember, I'm just trying to get in the right mood here, boys and girls. Right. And now I hope I don't get destroyed on the E file. Am I gonna get destroyed? Well, I have to go here. I don't see any other possibility, and I have to go here. And you know what? I think I might be. Is this in? Anyone know? I feel this might be in the Black Lion course. I've got some positive feelings. My memory has suddenly come back to use again. It's taken me 11 games of Blitz. 1 glass of whiskey, small glass, and I think it's ticking at last. Okay, right, now he wants to go here, correct? Ja, sehr gut. Can we do this move? Oh, I hate calculating. I don't know, I'm just going to castle. It doesn't seem to work. Okay, we got f6. Life is okay. Can we do something with knight g6 at some point? Oh, I don't know. This is getting... Can I take the knight there? What's happening? What is happening? I want to sack my queen. I want to sack my queen. Okay, I have to. I don't think I can sack my queen here. Can I? Oh, I have to calculate. I have to calculate. What have you done to me, you nasty man? You've made me calculate. Oh, I'm going to go here. This is like my point. This is basically. This is my point here. If I. Okay, he might try to come in here and mate me. It looks quite scary. Look at his pieces. His pieces are cutting across me, yeah? Captain, Captain Bumratty. It's actually only been half a glass, I believe, today. Not even a full glass. It's been a very sensible night, actually. I actually started. I'm doing this couch to 5k, and I went down to the gym today, and I got to week 4. I'm not a runner. I'm certainly not a runner. Running is like the thing I probably like. You know, I hate running. And I went down there and I got to week 4, and suddenly they want you to run twice as far as you run before. And oh my god, I mean, I'm not sure if I had a heart attack, but I was pretty close, pretty damn close. And I'm supposed to be starting boxing on Thursday, which I used to do, but not in my physical shape. What's going on in position? I'm not even thinking. We're just playing jazz chess. Da, 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 da. Okay, now I've still got this problem. Is this a problem or not a problem? Can we go here or not go there? Takes. Oh, I'm calculating. I don't want to calculate. Just play, move, and pray. Okay, so what's now happening? Do I have an idea here? He seems to be using Harry against me, and he's got this annoying pin here. So I'm going to get out that pin, but I still can't move this knight. Oh my words. That looks very, very scary. That looks so scary. That looks so scary. I'm going to have to take this one because that bishop was eyeing me up like a nasty animal, and he still wants to go here. Ooh, oh blimey. Oh blimey, you're scaring me. You're scaring me. Oh dear, you are actually scaring me quite a lot here. Oh, don't like that move. Don't like that move. Let's come in here. How many exchanges down am I? I'm only 2 exchanges down. And now the winning idea. Grandmasters always have an idea up their sleeve, and it is called the checkmate a pawn attack. And you're going to see it brilliantly coming to the fruit of its labour with his unbelievably brilliant moves now flying in the board. This attack just rolls off the position, and suddenly kaplonk. Nope. No, I can't do that. Oh, I couldn't move the piece in time. But I do think actually this is probably a little bit past its sell by date here. A little bit past its sell by date. Well, it was an interesting game. Well played to my opponent, who kept it together. Even at the end there were some possibilities. But what I'm going to do now is, and thank you so much for watching. I'm in the position I'd gone, and we'll just have a little look with the computer where my major blunder was, and then we'll have a quick look on this new thing developed just at one thing. Thank you for the donation there, very kind. I actually played pretty well there, according to better than my opponent. How can I play better than my opponent and he wins a very nice game? And
I like going to the park and watching the children run around because they don't know I'm using blanks.
Here, so there's 1 point where I took here, and now I should play bishop b8. I think my opponent played a good game there, to be fair. Now, just before we leave, and it's been a fun evening, and I've still got 1 sip left. I'm going to save it a moment. We're going to go to, I think, the new website that I'm been developing with, well, I say my team. They're not my team, but a team of developers. And I just want to show you this because I don't do many sales thing. The Crazy Games has been free tonight, but I've got to make a living as well. And this website, I'm just going to put this on a fresh screen, by the way. I'm just going to look at my game, one of my games on this new thing. I know it's all gone black, but please, if you want to support me, hang around for just a couple of minutes more. We're not going to be too long, and I just want to show you something extremely cool, which is going to be released next week on this website, and it is really cool. It's the first of its kind in the chess world. It's something that Bjorn, who was in the chat, has been creating, and the team. This website, GChess, is quite a complicated website. We listen to your thing. So for example, you can now make it bigger, the board. We're going to have dark mode coming soon for anyone goes about dark mode. But the new feature, I just wanted to share with you, only be 5 minutes. And if you do want to support me, then please go to gchess.com, this one, and subscribe. It's $9.99 a month, and you can basically like, you can basically finish your subscription at any moment. Not that you would. Now just follow the mouse. All these tabs up here of what we've been working on. I'm not going to go through them again because I've talked about them before. But this is a new tab here, which I think is the coolest thing. The coolest thing that I've seen on the chess website for a while. And what this is going to do with you as well. Look, I've just played these games, right? These are my games from Title Tuesday in the system. Once you register, it will automatically collect your games. Now, let's pick one of those games. Now, what was the English game? That was quite interesting. Who did I play? Anyone remember who I played in the English game? I think it was the... Maybe it needs a little update. Let's just refresh. And we're going to find the right game to go to. Which was the English game? Who did I play there? Can anyone remember? Chess D. Okay, this one, right? So all we're going to do today, I'm not going to bore you with all the other games, but you can use this as well. Now, I wanted to analyze this game, didn't I? All I do, press analyze. Okay, I'm going to sit back, and you see these little options here. I'm going to bring that game to the board, and I feel that this is much more powerful than any computer that you can get, because it doesn't just tell you where you go wrong with the computer. And what it does, it references the game with all our resources up here, which include New in Chess, the best chess information that's been written out there, our online games, which is this one. And if you go to the position, which was critical, and you can remember here I played A5, and I was actually thinking, what should I do here? What should I actually play? And I can now see that these moves are the moves which are included where the orange dots are, and I can look at a better way to play this position as black. So Bishop D7 has been included on, let's have a look, chess.com, and I can see that David Howe lost a game to Amit Ghazi, 2 English players. And this was, I can now look at how David Howe, a very strong player, lost to another strong player in this line. So the reason I didn't play this is because of B4. So I'm now thinking in future, okay, David Howe lost with this, maybe I should play this. Okay, so B4, B6, just keeping it solid. Queen D2, oh, Bishop H3. Look at that little tactic with Knight to H3 coming if he takes the bishop. But then I just go back here and I can look at all the different resources. So that was looking on the website, but I've also got here, I can see this one is in our encyclopedia, and I can bring up my Chessable course. Well, this is actually our own encyclopedia. Whose is this game? You've got many different resources. This is a game between Solak and someone else, and we've even got this analyzed with one of the strongest computers you can. So I can have, this is not a normal computer like the chess.com computer. We paid to get every position in our encyclopedia analyzed by every position to be analyzed 5 minutes at a time by a supercomputer. So this analysis here is incredibly strong. You'd have to get a very powerful computer to do this. We did this very, very deeply. Now this position, I can have a look how black played this, and here black played B5, and this looks like quite an interesting way to play. And that looks like another way to play. So, and you save all these different PGNs here, but you can do this with all your games. So if I go back to my games, that was just the English game. I'm not going to go into it into too much detail.